For decades, the younger generations in America, regardless of the year, have leaned left and identified as more progressive compared to their parents and grandparents. But there's been a noticeable shift in recent years. Emma Withrow from the Fact Check team joining us now to discuss. And I know you dug into some new data from Yale's youth poll. What did you find?
So Yale, they surveyed about 4,000 registered voters. 2,000 of them were between 18 to 29-year-olds, so younger and older members of Generation Z. Now, when they asked whether these voters were going to vote Democrat or Republican in the midterms, voters aged 22 to 29, they favored Democrats by 6.4 points. But then the younger Gen Z voters, who were 18 to 21 years old, they favored Republicans by 11.7 points. So even though they're pretty close in age, all part of Generation Z, obviously their political ideologies are pretty different.
Yep. Did researchers draw any conclusions as to why the younger generation of voters, lean further right compared to their older counterparts?
Yeah, I didn't find any conclusions drawn, at least within the Yale survey, but Axios spoke to a youth political analyst who explained, a possible connection. She said a lot of it has to do with when and how younger Generation Z voters grew up. So they spent their teen years during COVID lockdowns. Obviously, that shaped how they see the government and authority. And then older Gen Z was more so influenced by progressive movements, think BLM, and also platforms like Instagram. And then younger Gen Z came up on TikTok, where more right-leaning voices really got a big head start. So quite the difference there, but it's interesting to see how it kind of all comes together.
Yeah, also interesting how where you ingest your political information could affect which way you lean.
Yeah.
Emma, thank you.